This morning, we'd like to continue our fellowship regarding transformation. We saw yesterday that transformation is a change in our nature. It's a change in our element and in our constitution, changing us from something natural and not so valuable to something precious and that something that will last, and with a different expression. This wood has become jasper. So it's become something very, very nice. Now, the Lord is transforming us by dispensing himself into us day by day, bit by bit, drop by drop. He spreads out from our spirit to saturate our soul. Eventually, he wants to transform and constitute our entire being. Transformation is not an instant change. It takes a long time. Just like this piece of petrified wood or this piece of wood sat being saturated by the minerals through the dispensing of the water over a long period of time to become this precious stone, we too need the Lord to be dispensing himself into us every day. Don't expect quick results. Don't get inspired and think, wow, I'm going to pray 24/7 this week and I'm going to read lots of Bible chapters and then I'll be transformed by next week. No, it won't happen. Just like when you ate breakfast this morning, you were not consciously aware of the fact that you're growing. You didn't see yourself getting any taller. But the reality is, as you're eating day by day, you're growing, you're getting stronger, you're maturing, and that's just an organic process. We also, because this is a process that takes a long time, we shouldn't postpone and think, well, I'm going to wait until I'm old and then I will exercise my spirit a lot and get transformed. Because you need the time. You need to start when you're young, day by day, day by day. Now, transformation is not just a change in our nature and in our constitution. It's actually a metabolic change. And metabolic means that it has to do with metabolism. It's something organic. Metabolism is the process of eating and digesting and assimilating food so that the nutrients in the food become us. You know the saying, you are what you eat. Well, that is literally true. The elements in what we eat become the building blocks in our body with which we grow. So if you were to see a person who was malnourished, who hadn't had enough to eat or hadn't been eating right, and they just don't look right. They may be, kind of shrunken, and the countenance doesn't look right. The color is off. They don't look healthy. Well, you could put some makeup on that person and try to make them pretty, but what would be much better is to give them healthy food. And after a few days or a few weeks of eating healthy food, that person's whole countenance and expression is going to change. Why? Because of an organic metabolic process, their constitution is actually different. So their expression becomes different. That's organic. And here's another example of an organic transformation. We went to the pond. Bear with me. Here's the button. We went to the pond about 2 months ago, and we found these tadpoles that were swimming in the pond. So we brought some home, and we put them in our fish tank, and we fed them. And over a period of a couple of weeks, the tadpoles grew hind legs. And then some of these tadpoles grew front legs. And then the tail started to shrink. And through a process of eating and digestion and metabolism, these tadpoles became transformed. Now, you wouldn't know by looking at them, but these tadpoles are actually toads. And here is a little baby toad, very, very cute little baby toad. And this toad used to be a tadpole, but it got transformed by eating and growing. So in the same way, we need to eat and assimilate the Lord every day so that we can grow and be transformed. 2 Corinthians 3:16 through 18 say, whenever our heart turns to the Lord, the veil is taken away. What blocks us from seeing the Lord, it's taken away when we turn our heart. And verse 17 says, and the Lord is the Spirit. So when we turn our heart to the Lord, he's the Spirit. Then verse 18 says, we all with unveiled face, beholding and reflecting like a mirror the glory of the Lord, are being transformed into the same image. That is, we are becoming the Lord. We'll have the same image, we'll have the same expression as him, we'll be just like him through this process of transformation. We are being transformed into the same image as the Lord from glory to glory. That means we start with a little bit of glory, and then the next day a little drop more, and the next day a little drop more, and eventually from one degree of glory to another. And it says, even as from the Lord's Spirit, the Lord as the Spirit is dispensing himself to transform us. So this is our prayer life, brothers and sisters, and this is why it's so important for us to develop the habit of coming to the Lord for morning revival every morning and spending some time every day to pray and spending time every day in the Word. Now, our prayer time is not to tell the Lord all our problems and ask him to do things for us, although that's okay and we need to do that. But really, the main purpose of prayer is just to open our heart to the Lord so that we could be unveiled and to spend time contacting him, beholding him, allowing him to shine himself into us, to infuse himself into our being and constitute his element into us, so that over a lifetime of contacting the Lord, we would be transformed.